Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we talk about building your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today we are going to be talking about the 10 of Swords, the card of finality, of quite violent finality. I'm going to be looking at all of the cards individually, and today in particular we are going to take a deep dive into the 10 of Swords. We're going to look at the astrology, the numerology, the Kabbalah. We're going to look at colors. We're going to look at elements. We're going to look at all of the deeper symbolism that sits on this card. The imagery in this card is just extraordinary, and of course the Golden Dawn symbolism that helps really develop the meaning of the card is what we're going to look at when I spin the camera around. So if you're interested in taking a deeper dive in this card, if you want to connect with your tarot deck, then let's spin the camera around and have a look at the 10 of Swords. So let's have a look at the 10 of Swords. The Lord of Ruin. And nothing could express this card more than what you can see right here. The Lord of Ruin. So let's have a look at this card in terms of numerology. If you're wondering where I'm reading from, they're my tarot symbolism cheat sheets. You've got the sheets that I use to develop my videos, and also this sheet, which is like a summary in a nutshell. And these sheets are available in my Etsy shop if you are interested in supporting my channel and having them for yourself to follow through when you watch the videos. So, number 1, this is 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Spiritual new beginnings and completions is numerology number 1. So let's have a look at the 10 of Wands. So let's look at these cards that correspond in the minor arcana. So beginnings or completion. Well, here we're struggling to complete anything because we're certainly not doing anything in the most effective way. Cups, again, representing beginnings or completion, just happiness, feeling as if you've completed everything that you set out to do. 10 of Swords, it's completed, all right. It's all over, or you've been stabbed in the back. And then, of course, 10 of Pentacles. This is the end of life. You can see here it's like a life story with the family shield on the bridge, the child, the family, the old man. It's a lovely card, and it really talks about the completion of your life. Then if we look at ones in the major arcana, we've got the Magician, which is card number 1. Again, you're setting off on your journey through the major arcana. You have everything that you need: the wand, the cup, the sword, and the pentacle. We then have 10, the Wheel of Fortune. 1 plus 0, because again, in numerology, we reduce down to 1. And here you can see you are partway through your journey. Your learning is not completed. And if you'd like to know more about the symbolism in that card, I have a whole video, which I will link down in the description box for you to go and click on and watch if you would like to watch that. And of course, if you're following these videos through in order, you will have seen all of these videos as we work our way through the deck from 0, the Fool card. And of course, the last card representing 1 is 19. Card number 19, the Sun, which is 1 plus 9, which makes 10, and 1 plus 0 makes 1, because we always reduce down to the lowest number. So if we're looking at the Sun in terms of spiritual beginnings or completion, this is a beautiful card about the happiness of childhood. and coming towards the end of the deck and celebrating the ending of your journey through the major arcana. So let's have a look at this card in terms of the Kabbalah. And again, I'm not going into a lot of detail with the Kabbalah, just enough to give you a taste of the symbolism. I will do some more work on this in my Tarot for Beginners course, so don't forget to join my newsletter, which the link for which will be down in the description box. connectwithyourdeck.com/newsletter. It is free to join, and it will make sure that you receive the information when I launch my Tarot for Beginners course. If you are late to the party, join my newsletter list anyway, because you'll definitely receive an invite into my members community, and all the links there, all the links are there to find all of my courses, and there's increasingly more of them, and lovely journals and cheat sheets you can buy to help you on your journey as you learn the tarot. So the 10 of Swords sits with all the other 10s in the minor arcana down here on Malkuth. And the meaning is the completion of our journey, the expression of our divine energy, and where our spirituality takes form. So that is the energy that's being emanated from Malkuth. It's completion. It's all that is and is not. It is everything that we have learned as a result of taking our spiritual journey. And certainly, if we look at this card, it's certainly a card about endings. It's classical element air, and there are 10 airy swords cutting through. And so this is a card about, it can be interpreted as everything's over. If you've been in the wars, it's over. It's finished. There's no more. Or it can be interpreted as you have been stabbed in the back by somebody, or watch out, you're about to be stabbed in the back. And this is where, when you have a spread and you lay other cards around the card that you're reading, that's where you get a real sense of what the card actually means. The timing of this card, again, is autumn. That's the traditional timing of all of the Swords cards. The Golden Dawn timing, and I always use Golden Dawn because that is the format that Pamela Coleman-Smith and Arthur Waite used to design the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So anybody telling you that there's any other symbolism, they're fibbing. Or they don't understand the Golden Dawn, or goodness knows what they're doing, because this is the symbolism that Pamela Coleman-Smith and Arthur Waite actually used. So the cards sit on the astrological wheel. They go Widdershins around the wheel. Gosh, I have a terrible habit of going the wrong way. And the 10 of Swords here sits in the third decan of Gemini, Sun in Gemini. So we have a sub-ruler of that particular decan, which is the Sun. So if we look here on my cheat sheet and we look at 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords, where are we? 10 of Swords, here it is. Third decan of Gemini. Planetary ruler of Gemini is actually Mercury. But we have a sub-ruler here of the Sun. So because this is the third decan of Gemini, the dates are 11 to 20th of June. And the duality of Gemini reminds us that our relationships with others can be passionately good and bad at the same time. It reminds us that there's two sides to every part of life. The intellectual thinking of Gemini can become an overactive imagination and become destructive thinking. The 10 of Swords is about recognizing life in its clearest reality, brought by the Sun in Gemini. You may have been deceived financially, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. Or whatever you're going through has come into clarity and is finished. So if you are wondering where all that came from, it came from my tarot symbolism cheat sheets, because I've done a little synopsis of everything. All right, so let's look at some symbolism in this card. I'll just move it back into the center. I have to keep checking that you can still see what I'm looking at. So the cloth over the body, which is red, symbolizes lifeblood and passion that has flowed from this person in their death. The blue water behind symbolizes the emotion and the flow of water that life continues even after we have passed. The far shore, again, is inspiration that there is still hope out there and this pain will pass. The black sky, of course, is the unknown and the unconscious. And the 10 swords symbolize endings. They also symbolize betrayal, that a person has been stabbed in the back. So my short meaning here on the back of the symbolism cheat sheet is the 10 of swords is about betrayal and endings, being stabbed in the back. As the day ends and begins, things will change. So this is a card of warning and hope, really, as awful as it looks. I hope that you've enjoyed my interpretation of this card and talking about the Golden Dawn symbolism and bringing it together for you in a way that I hope makes sense. If you love my work, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. I know I keep saying it, but people need a reminder or they don't do it. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. Connect with yourdeck.com/newsletter, and I will send you info on how to find all of my fabulous freebies. And I will see you in the next video, where we will be talking about the Royal Arcana of the Swords deck, the Minor Arcana deck, and talking about how the Royal Arcana behaves quite differently to the 1 to 10 cards of the Minor Arcana suit. So I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.